Big U got comfortable with running pressure, and he went to the internet with it, letting everybody know, yeah, you got to check in. Hold up. These niggas ain't making the white folks check in, right? The only people that got to check in is black people. That's it. No white folk got to check in nowhere with nobody out there. It's only black people. Big U wasn't making no white people check in at all. So your message was only to your own people that they got to check in with you. And, you know, what these niggas is doing out there, they lying and manipulating. And, you know, you got the niggas lying to themselves about checking in. You got niggas lying to themselves about what Big U was doing. You got niggas lying to themselves about how shit work out there, right? And you got niggas that think because people are not from there, they don't understand the streets or they don't understand how life works, right? This is where they got the game fucked up, right? They got federal agents that are not from California that understand how the gang politics go and how they work, right? They not from there. But niggas be so close-minded that all they think about is the niggas don't know. You don't know how the gang politics. You think that the police don't know how the politics go there? You think that they don't know how to get a nigga to rat? You think they don't know how to infiltrate the system out there? This is how closed-minded niggas be. And, you know, they get on the internet, right? And they feel like they got like allegiance to certain people, right? The Crips, they feel like they got an allegiance to the Crips. The Bloods feel like they got allegiance to the Blood, right? So they'll lie to themselves about their card in certain situations to make themselves believe a certain thing. In all actuality, it ain't that. They'll tell themselves, oh, we not going to do this and we not doing this and that, and the third. Then when the indictment comes and they round everybody up in a RICO, you start seeing, don't nobody want to do 30 years. Don't nobody want to do life in jail. But this is what comes with the territory of doing this shit. You going to do life. You going to do 30, 10, 20 years. But don't nobody want to do that. But they'll lie to themselves the whole time until it hit the fan. Straight up. You know, I just understand that it's a lot of foo-faffy jokers out here. And when you see these certain individuals that be online acting like they don't want to say nothing about Big U, right? Big U ain't do nothing. So you mean to tell me, right, that them saying that they got payments that they spent their own money on isn't true? You mean to tell me that they saying the money that they print up, if you go in your pocket right now and pull out some money, that is the exact same money that the federal government prints? So you mean to tell me that the federal government, with the same money that you got in your pocket, that they done documented the serial numbers to give to somebody while they're having somebody do surveillance of them giving the money didn't happen. It doesn't exist. Can we be real with this shit though? It's like, you mean to tell me that these niggas then documented an individual that was being specifically extorted by an individual, right? And they are documented video, audio, all of this shit, that it didn't exist? So, you know, you got these jokers on the net saying Big U didn't do nothing, right? Big U's innocent. So, are we reading the same complaint, or are y'all just lying to yourself about the complaint because you're hoping that he gets a technicality? Because things can happen and people can get a technicality in a case and it can go in their favor. Things happen. But when we look at the realistic part of this shit, the government has been doing this same investigation for years. So, you know, when some people say, right, with Diddy's case, well, Diddy got off, right? Well, we got to understand this, right? Diddy's situation was a lot different. Their investigation with Diddy was Cassie, was the women that he was doing the sexual shit with, right? That was their investigation on Diddy. It's a total difference with Big U. With Big U, they made repeated payments to Big U. And they documented, recorded phone calls with every payment that Big U accepted, right? And we know Big U was doing it third party. He had the nigga Sylvester Vay accepting the money, right? He was doing all the picking up the money, the meeting, and all that shit, right? So, what did the feds do, right? Since they knew Big U had the nigga Sylvester getting the money, picking up the money, right? They just made it easy. They got all the transactions to Sylvester, the Vay guy, right? They got all the transactions. So what do? They go to Sylvester. We got you on all of the wiretaps. We got all the information, right? That was our money that you were accepted to give to Big U. What was you doing with that money? So what do you think he said? He was giving it to Big U. So if this individual was saying he was giving the money to Big U, right? And he was accepting the payments that the federal government was using their money that they print, the same money you got in your pocket. How is Big U got a chance to beat that? How does he have a chance to beat that when they made several payments that was documented? This is what these niggas don't think. But when they're talking about it, they want to be accepted by their community. They want to be accepted by the people that are goofy because they want to have that mentality like it ain't real. It ain't happening. They lying on it. When in all actuality, these people done documented this shit. The nigga Sylvester made sure he accepted and gave all the payments to Big U. You think that that nigga was going to take the charge and say, nah, it was all for me. It wasn't for Big U. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that in life. When you put somebody in the middle of something that you got going on and it's illegal, just understand that they're going to tell on you. And I guess people don't understand that. You know, straight up. I guess people don't understand that. You know, you think that you keeping yourself clear. Now, you might keep yourself clear from the immediate interaction, but you got to understand the feds done already figured out how to work around that shit. All right, we're going to lock this nigga up. He going to tell us everything. But you got these individuals, right, that, you know, they want to be accepted by other gang members. So they act like what we see and what we know isn't what it is. Big U ain't do nothing. Go to the government building, right? Go to the federal building and go in there and tell them that. Don't tell me that. Niggas that come in the comments, right? You know, we got a couple of slow individuals that will come in the comments, right? When we drop the videos, the clips and shit, and they'll say, Big U ain't do nothing, right? You working with WACK. What? Nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of them niggas. I ain't like that. I don't care about Big U. I don't care about WACK. I don't care about none of that shit. Niggas ain't my people. I'm on here delivering a message about what I'm seeing with my own eyes. You know, you got some people that never even dealt with Big U in real life that feel like they got some allegiance to him because he was a gang member. They feel like they owe Big U something because they're a gang member. But this lets you know the mind state of those type of individuals. Big U ain't know him. He ain't care about him. He would have never did nothing for him. And if they were in position financially at that higher level, he would have extorted them too. Straight up. See, they don't understand that because they never been on a level where as though they was running shit. You know, you got niggas on the internet that are doing content now that they've never been a boss, right? They've never dealt with a lot of money. They've never been a nigga that everybody looked at to have money, to have work, to have position. When we really think about it, right? In the culture, when you got money, position, and people are coming to you for any resource, other individuals form jealousy. They form envy because you got a position where other people come to you and you holding the ground that they really wish they could have. So they find themselves thinking that I could take advantage of this individual because they got the light, right? Because they got the bag, they got the work. But these individuals that are, you know, parading for Big U on the internet, right? They've never had a position where they've been financially in position and feeding other individuals. They've never had that. So of course, they're not going to have the mentality to understand how the game operates. So when they be talking to people, right? I understand that the audience that they're talking to doesn't understand this part of the game. Straight up. And I understand that, right? I understand When you got position, you gotta be ready to lay something down. Dealing with your own people because they're so jealous that you got position. And I'm gonna just keep it real. I think Big U was jealous of other individuals that had position because he didn't know how to hustle. The same way with WACK. WACK is a jealous individual because he doesn't know how to hustle. He knows how to leech on to other people's businesses. He knows how to infiltrate other people's lifestyle. This is what these type of niggas do. You know, and I just call it how I see it, right? You know, because I'm a hustler, right? And I understand how it works. I understand how this shit works. Jealous individuals, they pay attention to other niggas that's doing something. They pocket watch. Straight up. Big U was a pocket watcher. Straight up. And I'm just being real. The nigga was a pocket watcher. He watching who get money, who doing what artists coming here. Yeah. Like Rich Homie Quan said. Big U knew where he was staying, when he was coming, what he was doing. R.I.P. to Rich Homie Quan. Like he said, this is the game though, man. This is the game. Niggas be pocket watching. They want to run pressure on individuals that they feel are weak because they don't know how to hustle. Everybody doesn't know how to hustle, man. Everybody don't know how to do it. It takes a form of discipline. And everybody don't got that discipline. And that's just a fact. Y'all see how I come on here faithfully, consistently. And I go hard in the paint. I don't just periodically get on here. I'm consistent. It shows you how I define the hustle. This is what a hustler do. I ain't trying to leech on to this person. I ain't trying to leech on to that person. Because I'm a hustler. I tell a nigga quick, I don't need to deal with this person, that person, and I don't need to be a part of this because I'm a hustler. Everybody's not a hustler. If you on YouTube and you periodically doing content, you're not a hustler. Hustlers is going to do content around the clock because they understand the format that it takes for you to go to another level. So when I see these niggas periodically doing content, uploading the shit, I already know what type of individual they are. Nigga, you not no hustler. Because if you was a hustler, nigga, you would be rocking this shit around the clock. This is why I run circles around niggas, and niggas is mad. They upset. Man, that nigga Deezy this, that nigga that. He don't know this. Nigga, I know damn well Big U was extorting niggas. Straight up. Any nigga that say a nigga gotta check in with him, they extorting niggas. I don't care what nobody say. Any nigga that tells somebody that they have to check in and they can't come to this certain area, nigga, you extorting niggas. That's what you doing. Straight up. If somebody rock with you personally and they want to call you when they come to an area, they don't need you to put the message out there. They gonna call you. Yo, I'm on my way out there, bro. I'ma holler at you. But when you hear Big U talking, when you hear these niggas talking that say you gotta check in, they extortionists. They want to run pressure because they want to lead with fear. And they only do it to their people. And I'm going to tell you why they only do it to black people. Because it's the norm of black people not to tell. That's the norm. The norm for white people is to tell. That's the norm. If you white and somebody do something to you, the norm is to call 911. Get them locked up. But if you black and another black person do something to you, the norm is don't say nothing. Take it. You just got. Learn how to move better. You should have never went in that area. You should have never did this. This why niggas is scared to do the shit to white people. And they'll do it to black people. See, understanding the real is what separates me. And I understand they don't like it. Nigga, I ain't on here trying to be accepted by niggas that don't got no damn common sense. Straight up. I'm not on YouTube trying to be accepted by niggas that don't got common sense. Nah, not me. Miss me with that shit. Straight up. Miss me with that shit. Y'all got it over there some fucking where. I don't care about that. Yeah. So, when I call this shit out for the way it is, I know niggas is sick. They feeling some type way. Oh, man. This nigga talk about Big U and I'm called out how it is, nigga. Call out how it is. Man, these niggas don't got no damn hustle. They don't understand that it takes a form of discipline, nigga, to hustle, nigga. You got to discipline yourself. These niggas that be over there parading for Big U, it's funny to watch them, right? It's funny because they really think they doing something, but they don't understand the game. They don't understand it. Not yet. And maybe as I talk more, right, in the near future, they'll understand it. They want to be accepted right now. Right now, they're looking for validation. Nigga, I ain't looking for no validation for no niggas. Fuck out of here, nigga. I'm spitting what it is. I don't need a group of people to validate me. I don't need a neighborhood to validate me. I don't need niggas that's gangbanging to validate me. I don't need that. Nigga, I'm talking to the people. Straight up. And I know they feel some type way about this shit. Nigga, I'm talking directly to the people. Smash that like button if you just came in the building. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with DZ. Y'all know how I'm bringing this shit. Y'all know. Y'all know how I'm bringing this shit. Facts. These niggas want to be accepted, right? Yeah. They want to be accepted by the same individuals, right? that really don't even give a fuck about it. That's what's ill. They want to be accepted by the same people that don't even care about them. They want validation from the same people that don't even care about them at all. Straight up. And I'm just being real. Nigga, ain't no love amongst no gang members. Ain't no love amongst the streets, nigga. Ain't no love in the streets. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Niggas is manipulating each other to survive, nigga. That's it. They out there lying to each other and manipulating to each other to survive. Ain't no love. But, you know, you got these niggas that want to act like it. They on the internet repping something that don't even love them. Shit is just wild. You know what I'm saying? The mind frame of these individuals, you can tell where they at. Yeah. And I just call it out for what it is. I don't care if they don't like it or not. I call it out for what it is. Big U did what he did, right? He didn't understand to let it go. We do things in life, and sometimes we make bad decisions and we do things wrong. But what happens with negative things in life, that lifestyle, it's hard for you to let it go. Everybody can't do it. They don't know when to give it up. It's niggas that have close calls, but they don't know how to say, all right, let me chill. It's over. I done had a close one. Big U done had close calls, and he couldn't let it go. They said Big U took an extortion payment a week or so before they grabbed him. Huh? You knew well that the feds was investigating you for a while for the situation with the little boy. He knew that the feds was investigating him. He knew that he was under federal surveillance. But the nigga kept going. So, whose fault is it? It's his own fault. It ain't nobody's fault but his fault, because he couldn't leave it alone. His name. He didn't know how to work his own name. Nigga was known. Straight up, you already had the likeness of your name, but you done ran too much pressure on people. You ran too much pressure on people. And the same people, they gonna turn on you, man. You know, your homies that you got around you that really was around you because they fear you and, you know, they want to be accepted, they gonna turn on you. We already know WACK was getting pressure ran on him by Big U. 600 was getting pressure ran on him by Big U. We know this. These niggas was getting that pressure ran on them. This why they campaigned to get the nigga locked up.